Hey there, wizards. It's me, Wade the Wizard. Welcome to WIZARDOLOGY. So we got some Christmas lights going on here. We're doing a little bit of holiday decorations, and we got a couple people watching live already. This is great. Welcome to WIZARDOLOGY. So, if you are someone who grew up in a strictly religious organization and you've left and you're now atheist, but you still kind of miss the good parts of religion, like like-minded community, some cool people, and sharing positive messages, well then Wizardology might be for you. Today we're going to be talking about, let's see, what is that? Let's see, hold on a second, fix my hat a little bit. Let's see what today's message is about. Here we have, oh, whoa, wait a second. That looks like the division sign, the division of math. Let's see if we can fix that. I don't really like that. Oh, hold on. Oh, no, I'm pulling the wrong one. Here we go. Yeah, there we go. Now, hopefully today we're going to be talking about division, and maybe we can come together. It's just a couple cute little balls in a sack, in a little triangle. Oh, right. So our opening hymn, let me switch over. Talking about unity today. And I'm going to share this. Here we go. This is possibly Smash Mouth's greatest song ever. Here we go. I'm going to see. Wonder if I bring the volume of this down. I actually am still kind of new with some of this stuff. You know what? Let's just go ahead and get rid of that. All right. Well, welcome to Wizardology. I'm excited. I'm just so excited to show you this cool new. I was messing with my lighting, and see if I can do this right. Whoa! Yeah! Welcome! All right. So, I was playing with my lighting, and I realized if I lean my chair back, I can add some emphasis to whatever I'm talking about. Another fun little exciting thing. Let me see if I can just show you my new computer. Whoa! Early Christmas gift. Hello, there we go. Traveling through the internet world. Wow. All right. Well, so I guess first of all, I just want to try things a little bit differently with Wizardology. I want to have it be more interactive. You know, if you've got comments or suggestions, I might open up the chat, share the link to this show later on, and we can have a chat. If you got something on your mind, or you can email me. It's thewizardshow@gmail.com. Because I've been thinking like maybe we should have some cool. Let me change that a little bit. Maybe we should have like some cool membership cards, official wizard of Wizardology, or maybe you want to buy. Maybe I'll make some hats. Some cool wizard hats. But I guess before we begin, hopefully you've treated yourself to a drink. But here we have Phoebe, oh Phoebe, the magical potion pheasant. Pour me a drink and make it oh so pleasant. Let's see what we got here. Now this is some apple juice and whiskey. So hopefully you can get yourself a little refreshment, a little sacrament. So today, I'm sorry, I'm just gonna adjust this a little bit better. All right, so today I wanted to talk about division and unity and how we can come together, because man, it's felt pretty intense lately, after this whole election thing with I've got family and friends who, they voted for Trump. Okay. And I've just been trying to process this. It's been discouraging and frustrating, and like how do I deal with that? One thought that came to mind, like I grew up in the Mormon church, the Mormon cult, and I don't blame myself for believing. I believe some nonsense things, I believe that God cared if I drank coffee. I also believed that, being gay was a sin. Some really silly things, but I was just a product of being born and raised in that situation. And so I like to think that these people who voted for Trump, they're in a big way just kind of part of their own upbringing, and they really did think that that was the best vote. Anyway, wow. Oh my God, we have a comment. When are you debating Donnie? That's an interesting question. I might circle back to that a little bit later. We've had some different emails and comments in the comment section, and it's kind of weird. But yeah. So as far as like this divide that I felt has been really pressing lately, is as far as the right wing, left wing. We got religious people, non-religious people. It's pretty wild, and sometimes, I had this. Let me hold on. Share this tab. Still getting used to all this whole system, but okay, that was it. A little short clip. Yeah, I saw that. That's from the Don't Look Up movie, and which is, I think, a pretty great movie if you haven't seen it. But man, sometimes I just want to yell. I want to be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Are you completely like, have you ever had an intelligent thought in your brain? You stupid person. And well, when I first left Mormonism, I did a weekly blog, or I made a weekly post, Sacrilegious Sabbath, and I still have the website up, but that was kind of like every week I would just make this rant about, oh, this is why Mormonism's wrong. Let me tell you the facts. Like, oh, haven't you seen this research? These are the facts, man. And like that kind of content, there was some people who it did have excuse me, let's see. So I'm just gonna put this to the side here for a second. Yeah, it's just been interesting as far as like how do I change people's minds, because yelling facts at somebody or telling them they're stupid doesn't seem to change their minds. Now I just want to show you, we're not going to watch all of this, but I did want to show you, I found this interesting video. So, and I don't think I have the link down in the description, but the Thinking Atheist made a video, The Brick Wall Brain, Why Facts Don't Change Minds. And he talks about, well, he starts off by talking about whoops, come on. Whoa! That's pretty great, man. I need some more opportunity to do that. But yeah, and so the brain wall, the brick wall brain he talks about on the Thinking Atheist is that basically yelling facts at people doesn't change their mind. He goes on talking about some certain myths that people commonly hold true, like if you swallow gum, it's going to stay in your stomach for a few years. And that's just not true. And like often when we tell people that they're wrong because of this fact and that fact, it doesn't really help. And one interesting thing that he said, the amygdala, right? Let me just check my notes. The amygdala, a part in the brain, so it's the source of like the fight and flight. When you're in a physical dangerous situation and you have that fight or flight, it's that amygdala that is active, and you get that adrenaline. And it turns out that when you tell someone they're stupid, when they're wrong, it triggers that same amygdala and it puts them into a fight or flight. And in some cases, it can make the situation worse. You tell them they're wrong and they double down and they say, oh, I just know I'm right. I know I'm right. And so, yeah, I've been thinking about like how do we unite? How do we come together and be friends? Why can't we be friends? And I thought of it is. So we watched the movie Wicked recently when me and my spouse, and they did this kind of, it's really a trope in a lot of different movies, but basically, so in Wicked, they have Glenda the good witch and Alphaba the bad witch, and they're divided. They hate each other, and there's all this contention. But what do? Alphaba goes to the dance, and she starts dancing. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen it. She's doing some fun, funky dances, and then people start to join in, and they think that's cool. And so, yeah, this is like a trope that they do it in plenty of movies. Where another one that comes to mind is the Heavyweights with Ben Stiller, but like it's the boys on the one side and the girls on the one side, and no one wants to dance. We're divided. But then someone starts to dance. Someone starts to have fun, and they're having a good time. And so I felt like I've kind of thought on this idea more so, but if you're, instead of yelling facts at somebody, what we can do instead is just be the first one to dance. Get out there on the dance floor and start having fun and showing how good life is as an atheist, and and live by example. You can show just how good your life is, and people will you can make those friendships, and then people might ask you like, man, how come you're so happy and awesome all the time? And maybe you are literally being the first one to dance, but also it can be other things. It can just be living your best life. And one of the things that we talk about in Wizardology, part of living your best life, is having that balance between your mind, your body, and your emotions, having that overall well-being, focusing on yourself and believing in yourself. And yeah, so I guess that's really the main idea that I wanted to share today. And um, just be the first one to dance, and hopefully, little by little, we can create a positive change. Yeah, what else can we say? So as far as Wizardology goes, I've been thinking, like, what's the future of Wizardology? How do I want this show to go? Yeah, I felt discouraged because I'm like, oh man, basically everyone on YouTube is just some guy, just some person with a microphone. Ooh. But they do the one thing that I think is nice about Wizardology is it's live. We do a live unedited show. And so, we don't have all these cuts, and it feels more authentic, and I want to be authentic and genuine with you. If I'm having a bad day, then maybe I'm going to have a bad day. HTD asks, how can we become wizards? Well, to become a wizard of Wizardology, you just got to subscribe. The subscribers are the members of Wizardology. And, we might eventually have a cool card that says official wizard of Wizardology. And anyway, um, I want a lot more. I think I mentioned this at the kind of the beginning of the show, but I want more input from people in the comments. And maybe if someone wants to join the chat, we can answer some questions or just have a nice little chat. But if you think it'd be a good idea to or like for next talking points, topics of the show, then suggest those down in the comment if there's something that you want to talk about. Yeah. But well, yeah, as far as debating Donnie, I think it's kind of silly. It just hasn't really yeah, as far as debating Donnie, I think what I might do is I just might, because it looks like it's not going to happen. He basically, I commented on one of his shows, and he's like, hey, you rejected my propositions to have a debate. And I was like, bro, no, I first challenged you live on your channel to debate about the existence of God or about morality. And he said, yes, yes, you know? And so we were going to have this debate, and I'm like, just pick a day, man. Pick a day and we'll do it. And he was even going to come onto my channel, but now he's like, he wants to have a debate about evolution, and he's putting the blame on me for like bouncing out of the debate. So I think I might just make my own video, and like he can respond to it if he wants to, or whatever. But anyway, Wizardology every second Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Oh, we do have a closing hymn, but unless anybody wants to join the chat or ask any other questions, then we'll go ahead and end the show. But I really appreciate you guys coming to watch the show. I got like 7 new subscribers since the last month or something. Man, and I just think it's great. Hopefully we can little by little create a community of wizards and just have that once a month time to chill and share good thoughts. But I'll end with a closing hymn. This is possibly the greatest song of unity. Let me cue this up. And I've got the links in the description below for at least the songs. If you enjoyed those, you can go check those out. But other than that, I'll be saying see you later. See you next second Sunday. And whoop.